here today with Morrisville State College Athletic Director Greg Carroll. He's been athletic director here for 18 years at the helm of the program, overseeing a lot of changes that have gone in the department. If you could briefly explain a few of those changes to our audience.
Sure.
That would be great.
Well, 18 years, a lot of changes, and I'd like to say that the job is what I signed up for when I took it on in 2001, but it isn't. It's much better actually, and you know, back in the day we were a junior college, and then we evolved into the 4-year thing. I think we started the process in 2006, and it went great. I can take no credit for it. We just had great leadership, and you know, the presidents were committed to the change, and you know, they made the financial investment in it, and over the past, you know, 12 years, we've reaped the benefit of that early investment, and things have gone very well for us athletically, institutionally. So we've tracked very well, and like I said, it all goes back to just having people at the top committed to it and making that investment. So it's been fun. I think we're athletically we're a reflection and an image of the institution. Where I tell parents and families when they come to campus that this is a lunch pail kind of campus and a blue collar kind of hard-working environment, and that's who we are athletically as well. We pride ourselves on being a campus that's diverse, and I think the athletic department again is a reflection of that. Our teams are a collection of individuals who are from rural communities, from city communities, from you know, New York State, from non-New York State, some people that are interested in agriculture and auto, and some kids that are interested in criminal justice and psychology, and across the gamut. So the teams are a reflection of the campus in that respect. Very hardworking. I think our coaches have kind of set a standard of commitment and dedication and a work ethic. And I think that's again reflected in the faculty that we have here at the college in terms of, you know, the mantra here now is hands-on learning and entrepreneurial spirit, and that's really who we are athletically as well. And that's not going to work for every individual necessarily, but that's who we are, and I think the athletes that we've had here over the years and years, and those who have graduated and come back to see us, are appreciative of that mission. It's set them up for really very positive careers and life successes.
So let's talk about the 2017-18 season. You had 5 teams win conference titles, 4 of which were on the women's side.
Yeah.
Hosted 4 conference championships, had a national hunt seat champion, a variety of different accolades. Quite a busy year.
Yeah, it was.
So,
yeah.
Outside of the wins, what do you think is the most highlight of the year for you as an administrator?
You know, that's a great question. And every year I have to I go through an assessment and evaluation with Provost Spriggs, and you know, in preparation for that a couple weeks ago, I kind of looked in the rearview mirror a little bit and all the different things. This past year, particularly, aside from all the athletic events and successes that you just mentioned, was very, very active. Going into last year, we made it a mission to talk a little bit more proactively about mental health and, you know, the well-being of our student athletes. And I think over the year of 2016-17, we as a department became a little bit more cognizant of the expectations and demands that we put on student athletes. And it's not just athletic commitment. I think when you put it all in one bucket, the expectations and academic requirements that we put on our student athletes for success, the out-of-season and in-season athletic commitments and obligations that the athletes carry. We talk a lot, and we promote and are engaged in community service kinds of things, and then you throw in, you know, whatever variables that the students have going on in their personal lives. It's a lot, and I think in 16-17 we saw some of that come to the forefront This past year, 17-18, we tried to get a little bit more engaged in that. We had conversations with some guest speakers and some programming. We talked as a department about that. We talked about it as a conference, and I think, you know, Morrisville State was kind of leading that conversation and promoting it at a conference-wide level, and we saw some additional programming at the NEAC, the conference's spring retreat, with a guest presenter, and gave us a toolbox of skills to address those kinds of concerns. So we had those conversations this past year, and I think the goal for going into 18-19 is to develop those ideas and concepts and conversations into specific initiatives. So working with our trainer, head trainer Todd Kleinens, you know, even this summer, we're talking about how to build off those experiences of last year, so we can put up more safety nets for our student athletes, make sure that they're having positive experiences, having the success both personally, academically, and athletically that we want them to have as student athletes here. So long answer to a short question. I look back at all the different things that we did this past year, and it was very active in terms of conversations we were having with campus individuals and outside individuals about student success.
Do you have a message for any new student athlete or returning student athletes and their parents heading into 2018-19? What would you charge the student athlete body with?
Be aware, I guess. I spoke to a group of Casanova High School students last spring, and one of the things that I told them was, if you look at your life and you look at your career as if it were a road sign, and you know, think about a stop sign. What does a stop sign mean? Well, it means stop and take a look. Caution signs. You know, if you look at your life and going through your days and years at Morrisville State College, as though you're driving down the road and you're seeing all these signs, and they're if you look at those as warnings to be aware of, to be cognizant of, be cautionary of, and just pay attention and be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the opportunities that are there for you. Be aware of you know, what it really, the opportunity of getting a college degree, and be aware of what happens if this doesn't work out, and if you don't make the commitment, and take advantage of the resources here to be successful. Be aware of all those things, and that will make for a great college experience for you. It's when you're not paying attention and you miss things, and that sometimes things can not work out the way you had initially planned. So pay attention, take advantage of all the things there are to take advantage of here, both socially and academically, athletically, career-wise. It's a great place, and a lot of promise, and all you gotta do is look at the success stories of the people that have gone, you know, walked through these halls before you to see that great things can happen if you pay attention and are aware.